Welcome to something weird. Yeah, I figured out how to do Amazon commercials now. I'm gonna upload an image with some scheduled presentations. Start doing drawings too. Oh no. Now talking about it doesn't. We'll see how it's done for this. A couple drawings. And once we do those drawings, we can get everything complete. I am, for additional details, I don't know. I haven't been moving up anywhere in life. I really like to be able to start my own business. That's my dream. Like a successful one and not. I haven't had time to do jack shit since I came, I think yesterday, today. I'm definitely looking at a couple things in my item roster list. I'm trying to wonder if there's any programs I can take, because I'm at this point I'm looking at some retirement options and living in a different shelter. Not this house. I seriously am thinking of like just cruising outside. I'm just here to get insurance packages at this point in time. So now, because I work somewhere, my dream to turn that film center into an official home for me. I don't even fucking care about moving up anymore. That's Valley. I could just be that little forest guardian no one talks about. Just burrow and hide there, just treat it as a military camp shelter. I advertised for Amazon for a while because now I know how to do it fast. And I just go attack corporate while no one's looking. That would be funny. All the other VPs are doing it. They're just stealing Amazon coffers anyways. Why can't I don't have to steal cash. I just get resources. Just move up in the position. Ever wonder how Windmere split? Yeah, Windmere split because... Sup, dude? Anyways, Windmere, that's a UPS delivery truck that I just went over. Anyways, I just looked over. Not UPS, sorry. I am not talking about UPS. But you want to know how Windmere split? Windmere split because the guy played the same game. They all play the same game. Some lower tier employee worker, I think it's Bandit, but whoever it was, it wasn't actually Bandit who split Windmere. It was, what's the name of the chick? I'll figure it out. She had a pen name. She was lower paid, right? Gave him the idea, right? Use indirect influence. Like, everyone learns from Moloch on how to play this game. Everyone learns. Society's like, I don't know who Moloch is. I'm just gonna... Moloch's like that. Probably one of the only famous creatures out there who started one of the biggest monopolies in the world. I don't know if he's dead or alive. Right, but he's the one who started the whole child sacrifice thing, right? Spans a couple continents. Everyone doesn't even want to talk about him anymore. It's nowhere on the news reporter. Who the fuck wants to support this generation? Bunch of retards. Don't even recognize all these esoteric economic school of thought. Don't even recognize parenting for that. But like, I swear to God, this is like, and you all learn how to influence people indirectly. Like, you just get work done, you play the game of intelligence. You trade resources that you have. You trade managers that are higher up. And eventually you just control the entire real estate firm. Then you split. And it's to make the paperwork, and it's not, the joke is the split already existed. Now you just want to make it visible so you can move up a little bit and steal more shit. People in the office do this all the fucking time. It's like, I'm paid $8 an hour. Actually, that's true, but in reality, I get free resources in the meanwhile. The Waterboy does that every time for a company. I'm kind of wondering if I should do that. I actually think I want to do that now. I want to go and do that. I've seen some tier 1s that used to do that. I think they retired elsewhere. They all do this. Because none of the tiers mean jack shit. They never meant anything. In Amazon, no. All these overpaid MBAs just float over there. They can't talk about anything plainly. What worth do they have? If you have value, you need to talk about something honest. You need to entertain as many theories as possible. That's the whole point of school, okay? The whole point of school is not to keep your ego. And that's why you can split corporations like that with intelligence. You can't split it with, you don't have to use cash to split shit. Doesn't matter how big it is. In that case, if you work there long enough, the bigger they are, the more explosive they fall. Literally doesn't matter how much money you have. Now, why do people not understand that? Because people are in denial. That's why you promote people. So you keep them in check. I never understood people like this, right? That's how the office works. You promote competent people to do shit jobs no one wants to do. No one plays the office anymore properly. Except Warren Buffett, actually. And even then, it's debatable. Because his stock price is high. He seems to do a pretty decent job. Not the best job. Everyone else is doing it pretty shittily. That's why a lot of their corporations have collapsed. Yeah, it is why their corporations are in bankruptcy. It's myth, because no one knows how to play office politics anymore. Buffett's the only one. Now, the reason why Amazon's on collapse is because no one knows how to play office politics anymore. They don't know how to promote the good players, right? Right? So what do the good players in office politics do? They ask and beg for money from the U.S. government to keep the business existing for an indefinite amount of time. In return, they do favors for the U.S. government. That's how they stop collapsing. No one does that. That's properly done office politics. It has to have that target goal. Any corporate employee that knows how to play it does that, regardless of pay stubs. If you cannot have backups, you are not doing office politics properly. You're not even doing nepotism properly. I can't even get health insurance. It doesn't matter. Well, there's just a bunch of people who are just fucking retarded these days. My Amazon commercials, I'm going to put an Amazon logo there. Take a snapshot. This is the problem. SJWs do office politics pretty good. They are missing a few components, right? They don't know when to act like a Republican, which I'm sure. You gotta know when to sell out, right? You gotta know when to trade your social media cred for something like finance. You wanna hide like some of the Republicans who know they're killing all the Republicans behind your back, right? You wanna join them, the carpetbaggers. Carpetbaggers are hated for a reason. They're basically SJWs who knew when to stab people in the back and get richer. Now, of course, the knife could become a gesture of friendship. It's a rose. It depends on the circumstances. That's what the game's always been. Right? There's no one's doing it properly these days. No one does. That's why you have these mythical cycles of business collapse. Because they don't know how to talk to the U.S. government. None of them do, dude. It doesn't matter how much you're paid. You can't talk to them. You're just fucking worthless. And at least with Amazon right now, the only way you can talk to the U.S. government is through the Epsteins. Because they're the only ones that actually control Amazon. They're probably one of their biggest shareholders. You gotta talk to them. If you can't talk to them, you can only do indirect shit like, I was just talking to this worker indirectly about her. You're not getting anywhere, dude. You're not going to get anything. You're not going to get any fucking cash. You're not going to keep this company running. No money is flowing, dude. Right? It's pretty obvious. Amazon was named Cadabra for a reason, right? And Kadabra, it's because they were dealing with psychics. All the psychics, at least the useful ones, that are potentially called deities are in the Epstein's Island. They're not in anywhere else. They all hide there. And a lot of people who are college degrees refuse to accept that reality. Which is the definition of stupid. You gotta talk about these people because you are a college degree, you want to get your cash, you gotta talk to these things, and they may use psychic abilities to split your arm in half, but you gotta still go. Because that's what the CEOs had to deal with. You have to go too. See, this is the great thing about being a corporate employee, is that you don't have to, you can keep a business maintaining, and you can borrow resource later. When a lot of these real estate firms do this all the time, they're just all too terrified to contemplate it. They all do this. They start out with a lot of these real estate firms used to all be one firm, and then they split. Because a lot of these corporate employees play backstabbing politics. That's in the title. It's real. We're keeping it real. They turn their offices into states, right? It's just jokes we all play. Oh, we're splitting into multiple provinces. Yeah, a lot of people these days just complain about healthcare. Anyways, let's turn this off.